Are you stupid or something? You probably are, and buddy, that's alright. You're in the right place to learn some stuff, so stick around and you just might. My name is Notme, and I'll be asking some Q's, and at the end you'll be riddled with A's. You might score real high, but even if not, you'll sure be glad you played. If you're looking for prizes, just move along, there's no money for you to earn. You win by trying and doing your best, your prize is the stuff you learn. If you want to be an artiste, you have to know all you can about the world of art. So engage with this quiz, and at the end you'll say, I am smart.
I am not me. I am art. Maybe a little too high. There we go. And I am your host for I Am Smart, the quiz where people look to improve their art through learning and strive to earn the right to say, I am smart. The format of the quiz is very simple, very straightforward, guys. 3 rounds of questions, 3 musings, and a bonus round at the end. Just 20 points up for grabs overall. That's all you need to do. 20 points, and you've guaranteed won the whole game. Maybe tied it if someone else has done. I mean, nobody's got close to that really so far, so unlikely, but it could happen. All you're going to need for this quiz is something to write with, something to write on. Do not write your answers in the chat unless prompted, and you will be prompted at some point. You'll also need a brain for thinking and an imaginosphere for imagining. Both will be tested here. Optional is a beverage. Got mine here. Little Twitch logo on there. Ooh, gosh, branding much. It's got nothing to do with the quiz, but we do like to kick things off here with a toast. It just brings everybody together as one, as a single unit prior to the testing. Here we go. Here's the toast. Here's the toast. To testing imaginospheres and to testing brains. It's tough to get people to watch this quiz when it simply refuses to rain. It's been lovely weather. Cheers. Swill that around and swallow it down, as some people may have said in the past. Hello, Smarties. How are you, my darlings? TB Douglas, hello to you. Definitely not due to hear. I'm ready to get even smarter. Mwah. It's exactly what we want to hear. Lovely, lovely stuff. I hope you are ready to learn and to be fulfilled. What rounds have we got this week? What rounds do we have this week? Potential rounds. Here we go. Yay or nay? Look close. Spotlight, Nart, Movie Ladder, and Odd One Out. Any one of these could get chosen. Who won last time? Gosh, isn't that terrible? I should really remember from last time. It was a couple of weeks ago, so I'm going to give myself an off. Was it TB? Did you win, TB? I feel like it was maybe TB that won. Maybe definitely before then. Or was it one of those darned Kilchers? Definitely not due to, I think, TB Douglas. Wonderful. So, although the fact that there's only 2 people in chat means that once again you all get a choice here. You all get a choice. TB, what round are we definitely doing this week? What round are we definitely doing this week? You let me know. You let me know. You've got the pick of a half does here. Movie Ladder. Movie Ladder it is. Everybody loves a movie ladder. Absolutely fantastic. Movie Ladder it is. And now, if there are only 2 people in the chat, I believe there are. This only says 1. This says 3. Gosh, who knows? So TB, you get another choice, and definitely you get a choice as well. Which rounds would you like? Which rounds would you like? Hope you enjoyed the countdown that we were enjoying there. I thought as from next week there will be a static countdown that will just be reused week in and week out. I thought it might be nice to throw back to the very first countdown that we did all those many, many moons ago. And enjoy the history of quiz shows. The good thing about that is that if I had in fact forgotten to set some time aside this week to do that countdown and just threw that in last minute, it wouldn't be any different for you. And there'd be no way for you to tell. Perception. TB wants to go Spotlight and definitely wants to go Nart. Well, that's the order that we do it in then. That's the order that we do it in. Absolutely fantastic. Let's start with Spotlight then, shall we? Let's start with the Spotlight. Spotlight indeed, guys. Here we go. Game recognizes game. As an artiste, you have to be willing to shine a light on the work of other artists and be nice about it. That way, if they want to be polite, they kind of have to say nice stuff about your art as well, don't they? Circle of life. But before we look at who the spotlight falls on this quiz, of course, we have to take a trip to see your favorite and mine, the artiste who puts all other artists to shame, in a way. It is, of course, the lovely, the wonderful, the irrepressible Lucy Liu. How are you, Lucy? Are you doing well? What would you like to talk about this week? I think I saw you on the front of a magazine. Some kind of women's health magazine. Is that what you'd like to... You've got a joke, have you? You've got a joke. That's lovely. Okay, great. Come on then, Lucy. You're not necessarily known for your jokes, but we've learned over the last few weeks that you really do enjoy telling them. What's the joke? What does Arnold Schwarzenegger call a colonoscopy? What does Arnold... I don't know. What does Arnold Schwarzenegger call a colonoscopy? Cameron Diaz? A Cameron Diaz? I don't really understand. A Cameron Diaz... Oh, Lucy. Lucy, my sweetheart. Again, I have to explain to you. You're too beautiful to do jokes of this kind of blueness. The kind of blue jokes, aren't they? Scatological humour. You don't need to do this, Lucy. You're too beautiful. My queen, my lord, my goddess. Well done. Well done. Okay, lovely. Well, thank you for that, and we'll see you next time. Well done for the magazine art. She's gone. She's gone. So, in fact, who has the... There's Lucy. Who has the... Who has the spotlight fallen on this week? Oh, it's Eminem. It's Eminem. I tell you what, if you want a challenge, if you want a real challenge here, guys, try and find a picture of Eminem smiling. He is a sullen individual. Slim. This is definitely not a dude. He's quite trim. He doesn't have a belly on him. So we're going to find out how much you know about Eminem. Okay? Question number 1. Don't forget to write down your answers wherever you are. Don't put them in the chat for any new viewers. Nope. What is Eminem's real name? We're kicking it off easy. What is Eminem's real name? Nice and easy. I thought I updated this. No, that should be... Had a couple of minor technical difficulties just before the show started. Forced me to restart the computer with 4 minutes to spare. So that was a little tense here at Shay, Not Me. Question number 2. Name any 2 of Eminem's studio albums. Any 2, and I'll give you a point. Any 2. Any 2 of Eminem's studio albums, and I'll give you that point. And if you get the one that I'm thinking of, you don't get any more points. I don't know why I set it up like that. That was mean on my part. But there's one that's just... It's a name to be conjured with. It really is. Question number 3. Eminem was offered the lead role in which 2013 Neil Blomkamp science fiction film, the role later going to Matthew Damon got the role, but it was originally offered to Eminem, despite the fact that he's not an actor. which is good. Nice to give some opportunities to these people. You know, he wants to branch out. He wants to do a bit of acting. Neil Blomkamp says, "Okay, Eminem, here you go. You could be in my film." He's, of course, South African. Eminem said, "No thanks, buddy." And then Neil Blomkamp said, "Okay, I'll go to my second choice, Matt Damon." Which obviously I imagine must have made Matt Damon feel like $1 million. Question number 4. What meal does the protagonist of Emnem's song Lose Yourself vomit over his sweater? A little bit crass, bringing up vomit. I'm sure Lucy's got a joke about it at some point. That's not what we're... I don't know why she does that. I just think... she doesn't need to. She's so beautiful, but such a potty mouth. And then the final question of this round: name any 2 people Eminem has beefed with. Now, beefed, for those of you who are not cool like me, beefed means feuded with or had some crossed words with. It doesn't mean has farted alongside or in tandem with. Common mistake. Means feuded. And this is... Where is it? According to a March 2020 NME article. NME, a new music something, I assume. It might be just a UK only magazine. NME magazine. New Musical Express is a British music, film and culture website and brand, founded as a newspaper in 1952. Good gracious. What else is this? So it's very cool. They'd know is what I'm saying. They'd know. They know who he has beefed with. Thank you for the explanation, TB. You're absolutely welcome. I like to be clear on this. And there we go. That's all the questions for that round. Is that the round over? Absolutely not, because that's an M, which stands for musing. We have a musing here. That we've tested your brain on Emnem already. Let's get that imaginosphere firing on all cylinders. Let's see what the imaginosphere has to say for itself. You have a day to make Eminem smile. How do you do it? That's your challenge. You've got a day. Let's say 24 hours. Let's make it 24 hours to make Eminem smile. It's potentially a task that nobody has been successful at so far. If you consider the results of any Bing image search. He's not a fan of it. It's really going to take something. Really going to put the effort in to make Eminem smile. How do you do it? And there we go. That's that round over. Unbelievable. There we go. Oh, is this working? Might work, mightn't it? So there we go. Wonderful. I felt like that went okay. There's a nice mix there of questions. Some a little bit easier, some a little bit trickier. That's what we do here on I Am Smart, the Notme Quiz. So what have we got next? Oh, we've got Nart, haven't we? Yeah, everybody loves it. Is that going to work? No, it's not going to work. That's fine. A little spin and point there means only one thing. It is, of course, Nart. I wouldn't have enjoyed Jamaica Inn anywhere near as much had Daphne du Maurier not been so knowledgeable about how suspicious albino people are. Artists need to know about the world around them and not just art. And so I present this round about not art. Not art. Nart. If you're one of the rare people who comes and watches this quiz, I mean, it could finish it there, really. Full stop. It's a very exclusive clientele. But if you're even rarer and you come here and you're like, I'm not an artist, I don't know that much about the world of art, this is your round. This is your round. You don't need to know anything about art for this round. All you do need to know about is Asia. Asia. You need to know about Asia. It's a continent, not a band. So I think it would be spelled with a Y. But they don't quote me on that. If you know everything there is to know about Asia, you're going to have an absolute blast. An absolute blast in this round. Let's go question number 1. How many countries are there in Asia? Plus or minus 3. So if there are, say, 10 countries in Asia, you will get the points if you say anything 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, or 13. So you've got 7 possible numbers here. Oh, the continent. I've heard of it. Okay, well, that's good. You're being sassy. You're being sassy, TB. I don't mind it, actually. I don't mind it. Sassy TB. Obviously, definitely has got the market cornered in terms of just, being pretty much punk rock and pretty much hardcore punk rock all the time, eating nails for breakfast, etc. Maybe TB's a sassy one. Who knows? It's fun to get to know the smarties, is what I'm saying. How many countries are there in Asia? Plus or minus 3. Question number 2. How many of the top 10 most populated cities in the world are in Asia? That's all I need to know. That's all I need to know. And because we don't like trick questions on this quiz, I can assure you at least one of the most populous cities in the world is in Asia. Number 3. There are 8 Asian countries that end in stan. Name 6 of them. Yeah, I'm not messing around here with this one, guys. Name 6 Asian countries that end in stan. Eight Asian countries. Sassy and punk. Yeah, I like that definitely. Sassy and punk. It's like, oh, how do we take down the bad guy? Do we just smash him up? Sure, I've smashed things up before. I don't know. That's just off the top of my head, but you could. We'll workshop it. I'm going to give you another moment for this because it's tricky. It's tricky. 8? Wow. There we go. Question number 4. Whew. Block of text much. In Japan, over 40s are required to have their waists measured, and those deemed overweight receive medical advice from the government. Plus or minus 1 inch. What waist measurement do men have to exceed to be deemed at risk? That question again. It's really long-winded. In Japan, over 40s are required to have their waists measured, and those deemed overweight receive medical advice from the government. They base this on the waist measurement. Plus or minus 1 inch. What waist measurement do men have to exceed, it's different for men and women, to be deemed at risk? It's a weird one, guys. It's a weird one. And the final question of this round. Which Asian country boasts more mosques than any other in the world, despite not being a predominantly Muslim country? So the country with the most mosques in the world is in Asia, and it is not a predominantly Muslim country. Which country is it? There's your 5 questions. Here's your musing coming up right now. What should Santa Claus get Asia? So this one requires a little bit of context. So basically, I'm positing here a what-if scenario. What if Santa Claus, Father Christmas, Old Man Winter, Sinterklaas, decides to try and get into the Asian market, an area where historically he has not been able to get that much of a foothold? He says, "Do you know what? Elves, I'm gonna try and go for Asia this year. Europe, we got good coverage. North America, absolutely laughing. South America can get a little, more religious ones kind of take precedence. But I'm really keen to go for Asia, guys. Really keen to go for Asia. Do we have the capacity to be able to make presents for everybody in Asia?" And the elves go, "Geez, dude, that's a lot of people. It's a huge amount of people. Let's say this." The elves say, "Let's say this." The elves say, "We can make something for every single good boy and girl in Asia, but in order to keep costs down, in order to keep time down, it's going to have to be the same thing. So you can get one gift, and that one gift will have to do for every good boy and girl in Asia. Question is, what should that one gift be? Now, do you go for things that you think Asian people would like and that exist in Asian culture? Do you go for something that isn't in Asian culture, so it's a little bit more exotic and a bit more fantabulous? Do you go for a piece of art? In which case, what type of art do you go for? There's a lot of questions here. Honestly, I broke into a mild skip when I was walking along. I was walking Jesus, and I thought of this question, and I was so pleased with it that I broke into a little skip. It was pretty joyous. That feels like a tricky question. It's a tricky question, TB. Don't get sassy with me. No, you weren't. I'm just trying to build on the character. It is a tricky question. That's why I'm going to give you another minute with it, just to really, really allow it to bed in. So you're going to buy one thing. So you could say, for instance, I want to buy a pink highlighter. Or I want the elves to make a pink highlighter. This pink highlighter, every good boy and girl in Asia would get a pink highlighter like this. Okay, so this is what we're dealing with. This is what we're dealing with. Let's go back to some music. Let's just try and chill this out a little bit while we just think, gosh, Notme has really twisted my melon with this question. Such a good flipping question, you're probably thinking. Another 10 seconds here. Great sentences. There we go. And there we go. That's that round done. That's that round done. We've only got one round left here, guys. Sad. It's almost gone too quickly. Don't you agree? Don't you agree? Don't you agree? Or you do? Yeah, I thought you would. Is this going to work? No. Never mind. Movie ladder. Movie ladder here, guys. This is a round whereby I will give you 6 actors. And all I need, and they form what we need to form a ladder with those 6 actors. So you need to tell me a film that the first 2 are in, then the second 2, then the third. Okay, so it's maybe more complicated to explain than it is to just see. TB, I'm not sure why I chose this. I'm terrible at this kind of thing. I think you're going to do really well at this one, TB. I think you're going to do really well at this one, okay? I hope you do, because these ones take me ages to work out. It's really surprisingly difficult to do these. Definitely not Duda. I believe in you, TB. That's lovely, guys. Just camaraderie betwixt Smarties. Breaking my heart, guys. Here is your ladder. Here is your movie ladder. We got Hugh Grant. We got Julia Roberts. We've got Kirsten Dunst. Kirsten? One of them. Kirsten Dunst, Jim Carrey, Meryl Streep, and Hugh Grant. To the best of my ability, there should be one film and one film only that both of these people are in. Okay? So there should only be one answer here. Although if there are other... Oh, hey. If there are other ones, then let me know and we'll corroborate that on the Internet Movie Database. But there is a film that Hugh Grant is in with Julia Roberts. There is a film that Julia Roberts is in with... I'm pretty sure that's Kirsten, isn't it? Can I be bothered to... yeah, I'll change it. It's a film that Kirsten Dunst is in with Jim Carrey, one that Jim Carrey's in with Meryl Streep with Hugh Grant. So we come back to Hugh Grant. So it's a ladder that kind of goes back on itself. I don't know, maybe I should... that's kind of what makes it difficult, is coming back to the same person again. So maybe I shouldn't do that. Because then that doesn't make it a ladder, does it? Yeah, the more I think about it, the more I think, yeah, that's a bad idea. And that, is credit to me. That's credit to me that I can have that kind of objectivity about my own idea. Kirsten Dunst. There we go. Okay, so here we go. Hugh Grant. I don't know why I'm standing up. Guys. It's just, let's not question it. Hugh Grant was in with Julia Roberts, who was in with Kirsten Dunst, who was in with Jim Carrey, who was in with Meryl Streep, who was in with Hugh Grant. Just fill in the blanks, guys. That's all you need to do. Just fill in the blanks. Let's have some music back. Sorry about that. I had to go and check whether there was a fire engine outside for reasons that will become clear perhaps next week, maybe the week after. Who knows? How are we doing, guys? Need any more time? Are we happy? 4 viewers now. 4 viewers. Who's that number 4? I mean, who's that number 3? But number 3's been there the whole time. Say something. Just give me an emote. Give me an emote. Let me feel you. Let me feel your presence here. I think I've gotten all the ones I'm going to. Okay, let's stick with that. Let's stick with that. Thank you, TB. Thank you, TB. Definitely it's the same. Okay. They're all big films as well. I will say that. Not, if you haven't got them, but I've given you a chance here. I've given you the old college try. Let's go with the musing. Final musing of this week. Hugh Grant has signed on to be in a film where his only demand is that he portrays via animation an inanimate object. What object do you cast Hugh Grant as? If this helps, you can imagine Hugh Grant being in some kind of Beauty and the Beast type scenario. Yeah? Beauty and the Beast type scenario, whereby inanimate objects from around a home have come to life. Who's Hugh Grant playing? It's a good one. It's a good question. Hugh Grant has signed on to be in a film where his only demand, you know what these actors are like in their demands, is that he portrays via animation an inanimate object, or at least a traditionally inanimate object. So not an animal, not a plant. I mean, I'll give you a plant. If you want to make him a plant, make him a plant. I don't care. What object do you cast Hugh Grant as? Looking more for, an inanimate object. Yeah? Okay. And there we go. My goodness, that's the end of the questions. You nailed it. Well done. Let's celebrate with a fact, shall we? Here's your fact of the week. Statistically speaking, here we go, guys. Here we go. Statistically speaking, in America, Asians, we were learning about Asians earlier, or Asia itself, Asians are better drivers than Hispanic, white, and African American people. It's true. In terms of the fatality crash rate, Asian drivers have fewer than half the fatal accidents that their Hispanic, white, and African American counterparts have. So can we just stop with the racism? Can we do that, guys? Can we just stop with the racism? All of these people who claim that Asians are all bad drivers, just stop it. Yeah? It doesn't help anybody. It's lazy and it's harmful. Okay? And that's backed up by statistics. And if you're really looking at the statistics, Native Americans have a fatality crash rate almost 3 times the average. So at the very least, just update it. Update your racism, guys. Try and back it up with some kind of stats. Gosh. Where did we start? We started with Artist Spotlight. Of course we did. Artist Spotlight. Yes, we did. Okay, so this was all about Emnem. The musing was you have a day to make Eminem smile. How do you do it, guys? How do you do it? Don't tell me. Don't say it out loud. Get it in the chat, please. Get it dans le chat, as the French would say, whilst we go through the answers to these questions. What is Eminem's real name? Question 1. What is Eminem's real name? Very simply, Marshall Mathers. Pretty easy one to start off with, but you got to start off easy, haven't you? Got to ease it in, yeah? Don't just ram it home. Question number 2. Get a point for all of these correct answers for the newbies. A point for each correct answer here. Question number 2. Name any 2 of Eminem's studio albums. See, we've gone up high because there's quite a few of them. He's been around for a while. Aged pretty well, I have to say. Aged pretty well. That's what Not Smiling does for you, apparently. Infinite from 1986, the Slim Shady LP, the Marshall Mathers LP, the Emnem Show, Encore, Relapse, Recovery, the Marshall Mathers LP 2, Revival, Kamikaze, and 2020's Music to be Murdered By. My goodness. Eminem, still an agent provocateur at the old age of however old he is in 2020. Any two of those will get you 1 point. Question number 3. Eminem was offered the lead role in which 2013 Neil Blomkamp science fiction film, the role later going to Matt Damon? It was, of course, Elysium. Elysium. Congratulations if you got that one right. Not the most well-known of science fiction films. Especially Neil Blomkamp's more famous film was District 9. And then, Elysium, not as well received, possibly because it didn't have Eminem in it. Needs more Eminem. What meal does the protagonist of Eminem's song Lose Yourself vomit over his sweater? It is, of course, mom spaghetti. I will accept simply spaghetti. Well done if you got that one right. His knees are weak, palms are sweaty, there's vomit on his sweater already. Mom spaghetti. I think that's more to do with nervousness than any flaws his mom may have in the kitchen. And then question number 5, name any two people Eminem has beefed with. So there's a long list here. Congratulations if you get any two of these. Some of them are quite tricky. A lot of them I have to admit I've never heard of. Christina Aguilera, Machine Gun Kelly, Everlast, Cage, Insane Clown Posse, Will Smith, Milkbone, Mariah Carey, Nick Cannon, Limp Bizkit, Benzino, his own mother, that's Eminem's mother, Ja Rule, Vanilla Ice, Cannabis, Jermaine Dupri, Joe Budden, Lord Jamar, Charlemagne the God, or Moby, who he said some particularly unpleasant things about in one of his songs. So well done if you got any two of those. That was a pretty tricky one, I think. Pretty tricky one. Some of those seem like lovely people, so, you know, it seems like Eminem can beef with anybody. Which is nothing to do with farts. I don't know why that keeps popping into my head. So well done if you got any of those right. You have a day to make Eminem smile. How do you do it, guys? Let's go to the chat. Definitely not do to find someone he's scared of and have them tell him to smile, or else. Ooh, definitely staying on trend, on point for this. It's terrifying. Find someone he's scared of and have them. So rather than going for any kind of genuine smile, you're just looking for a rictus grin of fear. That's punk. That's punk. I don't know what else I expected. TB, crack a dad joke. I think he's silly underneath his facade and no one has ever tried because he seems tough. Something like, what's brown and sticky? A stick. A blinking stick, TB. I ask you. It's got me smiling. It's got me smiling. It really has. Crack a dad joke. Have a day to make Eminem smile. Crack a dad joke. Or maybe a series of dad jokes. Sometimes those kind of jokes, it's the kind of just wearing you down, isn't it? And even amongst the ones that you get told, you think, well, that's at least funnier than the previous one, so I'm going to give this one. I think there's a couple of pretty good options there, guys. Well done. I like that a lot. I might go with tickling. TB, not 8 Mile soundtrack. Oh gosh, yeah. Of course. Or unless it wasn't all him. Let's go to Bing. Let's see what Bing says. Wikipedia. What have we got here? Performed by various artists. It was released under Shady Records. Produced lots of people. Listing writers. See, yeah, he didn't write all of them. I'm afraid. For instance, Adrenaline Rush was written by Obi Trice and Andy Thaluzma. Spit Shine was performed by Exhibit. Oh no. Yes, and written by Exhibit, somebody Porter, Denorn Porter, and of course Resto, Luis Resto. Yeah, so I'm afraid I can't accept that one. TP. But you're thinking outside the box, and I like that. I like that a lot. 1 point for each person. Wait, what did I say? Oh, for the beefs one. No, beefs is you've got to have two to get the 1 point. 2 to get the 1 point. That's it. If you get just that Aguilera, no points. I'm afraid. You get some credit. No points. Lovely, but definitely points for those musings. Outstanding work. Thank you guys. What should Santa Claus get Asia? That's what we're talking about with Nart. And I hope you've come to this late, and I hope this is the first thing that you've seen of this, because this is going to be real. But get it in the chat, please, guys. Get it in the chat. I'd love to hear what you think Santa Claus should get Asia as we go through the answers to these questions. How many countries are there in Asia? There are, of course, 48. So let's work this out. 48, 47, 46, 45. So anything between 45... 9, 50, 50, 45 and 51. Anything between 45 and 51, you get the point there, guys. Well done. Question number 2. How many of the top 10 most populated cities, or populous, if you want to use that word, which is it's quite a nice word, populous cities in the world are in Asia? 7. 7 of the top 10 most populated cities. Let's go through the list. We've got... starting at 10, Osaka in Japan, Dhaka in Bangladesh, Beijing in China, Mumbai in India. Then we've got Cairo from Egypt, obviously outside of Asia, Mexico City in Mexico, outside of Asia, Sao Paulo in Brazil, outside of Asia. Then the top 3, all Asia, Shanghai in China, Delhi in India, and Tokyo in Japan. Well done if you got that one right, guys. There's a lot of countries there. 7 of the top 10. A lot of people in Asia. A lot of Christmas presents for Santa Claus. That's why the elves had to take the steps that they did. There are 8 Asian countries that end in stan. Name 6 of them. Yeah, this one was tough, guys. I asked for 6, and if you get 5 of these, that's going to be a real kick in the pants because you're not going to get a point, I'm afraid. Going to have to be tough. Afghanistan, Azerbaijan, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Pakistan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, and Uzbekistan. Any 6 of those will get you that elusive and much sought after point. Afghanistan, Azerbaijan, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Pakistan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, or Uzbekistan. Oh, that was a tricky one. I kind of feel bad for saying you had to get 6 now, in all honesty. But, you live and learn. Can't make it too easy. In Japan, over 40s are required to have their waist measured, and those deemed overweight receive medical advice from the government, plus or minus 1 inch. What waist measurement do men have to exceed to be deemed at risk? 33.5 inches. 33.5 inches. And I'm not ashamed to say, guys, I would be considered obese. In Japan, my waist is over 33.5. Oh, sad face coming up. Sad face. Oh, TV got 5. That's There's a lesson to be learned there, TB. There's a lesson to be learned there. I'm not sure what it is quite yet, but give me a couple of weeks. I'll come back to you. Straight in. Which Asian country boasts more mosques than any other in the world, despite not being a predominantly Muslim country? It is India. They've just got a lot of everything in India. A lot of everything. Primarily a Hindu country. But when you've got that many people, you might as well throw in a few mosques as well. What should Santa Claus get Asia? Let's go to the chat. 1 point for each of those that you got right. Well done. Definitely not Duda. Says a nice coat that works on all body types. A nice coat. So it'd have to be kind of a larger coat to accommodate the larger Asians. Although, if Japan's anything to go by, they are penalised quite heavily. That would just be swimming in the smaller boys and girls. Kids like a big coat. Kid's like a large coat. Asia's quite hot. Asia's quite hot, so maybe it's, some kind of nice, some kind of linen, it's like quite a light jacket, an evening jacket to wear when you're walking to a restaurant or something. Yeah, I can get on board with that. Latest Facebook portal connects everyone in Asia, rich and poor, and stereotypically Asian people at the forefront of technology, so it'll be a relatively safe bet, I'd hope. Latest Facebook portal. Wowzers. Oh, that's quite a benevolent, that's good. Connects everyone in Asia, rich and poor, and stereotypically Asian people are at the forefront of technology. They really are. They build a lot of it, I hear. So it'd be a relatively safe bet, I'd hope. And then they can access whatever art they want. Absolutely. That's lovely. TB got 5. Wait, though. Azerbaijan is a stan. It's not, is it? Afghanistan, Azerbaijan. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, then, TB, you're in luck. Thanks to Definitely's outstanding detective work, there are 7 Asian countries that end in stan. Name 5 of them. Well done. Was it deliberate? Was it inadvertent? I'll never tell. Afghanistan, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Pakistan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, and Uzbekistan. Yeah, that does make sense, actually, from some things that I read. TB, get the point. Well done. You've earned it. Movie ladder. Moving on to the movie ladder. The musing is Hugh Grant is signed on to be in a film where his only demand is that he portrays via animation an inanimate object. What object do you cast Hugh Grant as? Get it in the chat, please, guys. Get it in the chat. An inanimate object. As we go through these. Hugh Grant was in what film with Julia Roberts? Very famous film. Very lovely film. It is Notting Hill. Hugh Grant, Julia Roberts, Notting Hill. What was Julia Roberts in with Kirsten Dunst? She was in Mona Lisa Smile, where there are several high-profile women in it. I haven't seen it, but heard mildly positive things. Kirsten Dunst was in, of course, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind with Jim Carrey. All about dreams and forgetting those women that just don't get ya. Jim Carrey was in which film with Meryl Streep? It was A Series of Unfortunate Events. Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events. Well done if you got that one right. I think that one was the trickiest of all of them, personally speaking. And then Meryl Streep was in, of course, the Oscar-winning, or at least nominated, Florence Foster Jenkins with Hugh Grant. Well done if you got any of those right. Some of those, it can get quite tricky, I think, with the movie ladder. Well done if you got those correct. A point for each of those films that you got right. Hugh Grant signed on to be in a film where his only demand is he portrays violence. Definitely not due to a mop. Yeah. A mop. Yeah, I can get that. I can get on board with that. With his kind of shaggy, maybe kind of old. Maybe it would be older Hugh Grant as he is today, of course, because we haven't made this film yet. It would be older Hugh Grant, in some ways poking a bit of fun. Yeah, poking a bit of fun at young Hugh Grant and the kind of roles that he used to portray. The Notting Hills, the Four Weddings and a Funerals, the Mickey Blue Eyes, the English chap, the very stuttery, gosh, that guy as a mop. I can see it, definitely. I can see it. It's a little bit sassy. TB's rubbing off on you. And TB, an old piano might seem a bit old-fashioned and stuffy, but it's also undeniably classy. Hugh Grant is classy, isn't he? Just a classy individual. Yeah. And, you know, people might be laughing at him at the start. Oh, old Hugh, old piano, so stuffy. But then he just busts out some kind of Cole Porter magic. People say, do you know what, actually? Do you know what? Grand piano's undeniably classy, isn't he? Hugh Grant says, yeah, absolutely. A little bit of Elton John. People are like, oh my God, he knows rock and roll music? Yeah. It kind of writes itself. I don't even know what this film is, but I want to see it. Points all round, guys. Points all round. Love it, love it, love it. Which means, getting to the very end of this quiz, guys. And it's time for the most exciting minute of your week and mine. This could make all the difference, guys. There's only 2 people playing. So this could make all the difference. It's the 2-point minute to win it. Minute to win it. Absolutely. It is the most exciting minute in Lifetainment all week. So I did this one for last week. So last week on the Tuesday, the one that we couldn't do because the internet kind of died. Here we go. Definitely's here straight away, testing out that chat function. Enjoy it very, very much. Okay, let's do it, says TB. Oh, we're gonna do it. So last Tuesday, when we were supposed to have this episode, was Star Wars Day. Now, I've never seen Star Wars, which is kind of crazy, right? Kind of makes you want to get to know me, doesn't it? Kind of like, who's this dude who's never seen Star Wars? Pretty kind of impressive in a way. There's the cats. That was a very delayed cats. Very delayed cats. But it was Star Wars Day last Tuesday. Seems weird to have it on a Tuesday, but lots of people are talking about it. So I went on to the Wikipedias and I did a little bit of research. Oh, Streamlabs. Thanks very much. But you don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. And I did some research and I looked up Star Wars characters. So tell me some Star Wars characters. Each one has to be in its own message. Just the more times you guess, the more possibilities you have to guess which Star Wars character is written on the light box down here. This is a live feed. This is a live feed. Obi-Wan, Han Solo, Princess Leia, R2-D2. All of these characters I'm aware of. Definitely not see. Wonderful stuff. Any other Star Wars? Darth Vader, he's the bad guy. I know that. An indelible character. Grand Moff Tarkin. Wonderful stuff. Lovely stuff. There's going to be a few seconds of allowance because it does take a few seconds for them to come through. Mace Windu, never heard of him, so it's not him. I will tell you that, but it could be Finn, another one of the new ones, and that's it. That's it. Any more coming in? That's it. Okay. Did anyone win? Did anyone win? Did anyone win and get those 2 points? And it is C3PO. Definitely not Duda. We saw that up there. C3PO. Definitely not Duda. Bonus 2 points. Bonus 2 points. There we go. God, I love doing that. Wow. That is just an outstanding way to finish the quiz. Going back and watching some of those old quizzes, it's just not the same. This is, in a very short space of time, really solidified itself as an integral part of I Am Smart, the Notme Quiz. Let's go back to main. Wonderful stuff. So, guys, let's tot up those scores. Let's pop them in the chat. I want to remind you that in this quiz, guys, aside from picking a round the following week, which you just kind of get to do anyway because there doesn't tend to be a huge amount of people watching the quiz, you're only competing against yourself here, guys. There's no point threshold to being smart. If you've got all the questions right that you realistically could have been expected to get, you are smart. And if you're watching this on YouTube, not live, make sure you write down your score. Make sure you write down your amusing answers in the comments below. I'd love to hear how you did. Click the thumbs up button. Do all of that good stuff. Subscribe to me. I still don't have 100 subscribers. I really would like to get 100 subscribers because then it'd be youtube.com/I am not mean, I am art or something like that. What have we got? Definitely not due to 15. TB Douglas 11. I am smart. Everybody's smart. That's wonderful stuff. Great work all round. But it does mean that Definitely Not Duda is the high point scorer. Well done, definitely. Well done, TB also. Well done for showing up, guys. This is an intimate affair, but a very enjoyable one for me. I hope you enjoyed yourselves as well. Wowzers. Gosh. Gets the heart pumping, doesn't it? Gets the heart pumping. It really does. Lovely smile there, TB. Thank you, TB. Thank you for joining me, everybody. I hope you had fun. I hope you learned a little something, and I hope you felt creative all at the same time. I am not me. I am art, and I hope that you will join me next time, same place, where you'll have another opportunity to improve your art. That is art. Improve your art by making art and by learning and by getting a chance to say to yourself, yes, I am smart. Thank you very much, guys. I'll see you next time.
So there we go, and well done you, whatever your score might be. I definitely think that you are smart, though prob's not as smart as me. Your art will be better, trust me on this, should be nothing short of sublime. That's why you learn, and don't stop now, I'll see you right here next time. I am smart.